Hey guys, welcome back to Emperor, and in this video we're going to try and get towards these goals for completing Pingyao. Now, as I said, you're not joining me straight immediately after the end of the previous part. I've actually ran this on for a while to try and build up my military strength here, and it's going quite well. I've managed to get this fort placed. All our forts are quite heavily staffed. I've cut down on the amount of woodcutters because these woodcutters down here for making lacquerware, we're just not getting enough wood, so I've destroyed all the woodcutters for the steel making industry and set Jinyang to sell me wood, and that's stabilising this. We are making loads and loads of carved jade and unable to sell it all now. I'm now importing lots of food types. I'm importing rice from Guangzhou, I'm importing a little salt from Jinyang, and that's stabilising my food supply here because I'm not really getting enough. I might import fish at some point, but it doesn't really matter. We seem to be stuck in a rebelling state with the Liao Empire, but they've not sent any tribute or anything, so I think the game's kind of glitched that out. So I'll have to send troops to defeat the Liao Empire. Now, we got a couple of requests that you didn't see. In March 990 CE, there's a request of weapons to Kai Feng. I think it's about 8 weapons. And that's the first request you get actually throughout most of the mission, excluding those tribute things. And 2 years later, at the exact same time, March in 992, there's a request for stone. So I've been trying to meet it here, but I failed. So I'm going to give the stone away to Kai Feng. That'll keep them happy. Now that I've got rid of that, I'll just get rid of all this because it's just a waste. So I don't really want the stonework industry running at the moment in any case. Now we've made lots of lacquerware, so I need to try and find a way of selling it. So I need to get trade with Lin'an open fairly early, or fairly soon anyway. I might actually, considering that how much wood we're having to make use of and how we're only importing it for one city, I might maybe put down 2 logging sheds just to kind of supplement this, and it might help. Managed to get a fort here, as I've said, and most of our forces are stabilising now, so we're not having too much issue, just not making enough weapons for my liking. Is it set to get? No. And this fort started to stabilise. While I was searching around, I actually found another place for a good feng shui fort just down here. The only problem is it might blockade some of it in, but if I need to, there's a space right there for it to get another fort. I searched around all of this and there was no good feng shui spots at all, presumably because of the water. So we're making plenty of steel, and I'm now able to consistently sell steel without problems now, so there's no issue there. I held a festival at one point. We've got our impressive compounds up to heavenly compound now, which is good. That means we've got that fully staffed. I destroyed some of the towers that were up here just to kind of save workers, and it's helping. The only problem is we're not really importing that much ceramics. Just can't get enough out of Kai Feng at the moment. So I'm not going to evolve this block at all. This is just going to stay at spacious dwelling. I'm not evolving them any higher. Making loads of money out of selling carved jade. I don't think I'm getting much in the way of tax income though. That's the only problem. Let's have a look. I mean, we're only getting about 6,800 strings in taxes, which is about equal to the amount of money we're making in exports. So we're not really making that much profit, because the taxes are, well, I mean, 6,800 is quite a lot, but it's the fact that it equates to the same amount as I'm making in exports. So it's double the exports. It's not really that much, to be honest with you. Now, forts are close to stable. We've got one. How many forts do we have stable? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fully staffed forts. Kai Feng's really grateful for that stone that I gave them. I had to give them some steel or weapons or something later. So we've got 5 fully staffed forts. I'm going to wait until obviously 2 more are filled up. This one and this one, and then I'll send off a bunch of troops along with Sun Tzu to go and conquer the Liao Empire. The only problem is that they are a vassal. I'm rebelling against them, and I have no way to stop this because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shields, and if this goes on any longer, I'm going to be able to have I won't be able to conquer them because they'll be thingy. So I'm going to go ahead and send a spy, see if I can try and do something about the Liao Empire. It probably means I'm going to get a spy back, but who cares? I don't have any spies at the moment in any case in this city, so
I shall not.
in fact, what I'm actually going to try and do is get Sun Tzu in here and send off some forces to go and conquer the Liao Empire. Maybe that'll help reducing some of that. So I'll send off like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forces, and that'll probably be enough. Along with Sun Tzu, and that might help. So let's try and get Sun Tzu in here. It's just we've got a load. I mean, we've got 66 lacquerware vessels. Let's just give 8 to get him up to Exalted and get him here almost immediately. Pardon me. I need to hear immediately. That's perfect. Where is he? There he is. Right, so what we're going to do is save. And we are going to go ahead and conquer the Liao Empire to get rid of them as a vassal. And we're going to send Sun Tzu. No point asking for very much tribute out of the Liao Empire, to be honest with you. I really don't think this will work, but we'll see. I can't send spies to sabotage military while I'm vassal to someone, so let's see if I can conquer the Liao Empire with these troops in Sun Tzu. Of course, as you know, I've taken just a save right at the right point, so that means that I will have no trouble returning to this point if I fail. So I'll come back in once when we get a notification that either we've won or we've failed. Nope, that invasion that was a fail. We failed, but we got a bunch of weapons out of nowhere. I don't remember seeing them just a minute ago. Well, actually that was a benefit, because what I might do is just reload and send the troops again, because it's just sent it straight to Furious. So what I might do is just basically send a pathetic squadron against the Liao Empire. It's actually knocked off a shield, so what I might do is I'll go ahead and reload, do this again, but I'll just send a tiny token force with nothing, no benefits at all, just to get them to Furious and force them into a hostile state, which will force the game to send them send an invasion, which should get rid of that vassalhood status that we're in, because it looks as if the game's refusing to send. It looks as if the game's refusing to trigger an invasion from the Liao Empire to so that we can get out of vassalhood. So I don't know what that's about. I think it's a game bug if you have too many invasions and conquerings at the same time. So I'll go ahead and reload and try that again, but using the method that I've just described. Okay, so I've just been told that trade with the Liao Empire has been suspended. It doesn't really matter, because they didn't really buy anything that's made anyway. I mean, they bought silk and tea, neither of which I can actually produce in this map. They might be useful in the next mission Chengdu anyway, but they're useless here, so I don't really care that they've suspended trade relations with us. I think the fort has returned. Well, this was the fort that was sent away. This one in the back corner here. So now that we've got trade relations suspended with the Liao Empire, they should go hostile soon. The defeated warriors have returned. How many? I have 2, that's okay. I sent off I think 6, or was it 4? I can't remember. But I've come back with some, so that's okay. They weren't totally wiped out. But we've got that little stock of weapons that just kind of popped out of nowhere. Was there a spy in the middle of that? I thought I saw a spy there. But no, that's okay. So we've got plenty of fully staffed forts now. But I don't think we'll have any trouble with any invasions that are about to come round. So that's okay. Sun Tzu, you're just going to go into patrol duty, and apparently you can capture animals. I didn't realise you could capture animals. Maybe it's a glitch, I don't know. We're making too much lacquerware here. I need to get rid of it, and I need to find some way of getting out of this vassalhood. How many blocks? We made 7, that's okay. And I was trying that little contingent thing over that I just had over here for making it, but it didn't matter anyway, so it doesn't matter. So hopefully the Liao Empire will go hostile. I will come back in once we have received notification that the Liao Empire doesn't like us. Okay, so I haven't received notification about this, but they are now in the hostile state. sometimes that happens. Sometimes I'll notice that I'll go to the world map and check a city and they are hostile, but you just get no notification at all that it's happened. So I'm not really sure why the game is like that. Most of the time it's supposed to tell you as soon as they change it to hostile, so I don't know. Beats me really, to be honest with you, how it works, but they are now hostile and we should by not too long from now get an invasion. What I've done is, because we're not really importing a steady amount, I mean we are importing a steady amount of wood from Jinyang. The only problem is that the furnaces run out just before the change of year when the quotas get reset, which means that they just stop making steel, and that's not good because it means that we're not making enough to sell. So I've just put down a couple of woodcutters here since these are pretty much fully stacked. To be honest with you, because I mean they've got 400 stacks of wood most of them, and they can't get rid of it all. So at this point, this is just becoming a bit useless. So that's what tends to happen with lacquerware industries. You will find that you'll get loads of wood and then they just stop, and then it just kind of reaches a stasis kind of moment. We're really starting to rack in the funds. I mean, a couple of parts ago we were stuck in high debt that we were struggling to get out of, and I was actually thinking, are we actually going to get out of this debt? But we have managed to do so quite well actually, so it's good. We're not importing that much ceramics, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I think we're doing quite well. We'll be able to get towards these goals sooner or later. I really want to get through some of this because I really want to be invaded sooner or later. So I'm going to take another save. And what I'm going to do is let this run, and I'll come back in when we've been invaded by the Liao Empire, because that's going to happen soon. Okay, so quite some time has passed since I cut it off, and I am still not being invaded by the Liao Empire, so I'm going to go ahead and just send more pointless troops at the enemy and just let them fail, because I need to find somewhere forcing them to attack me. I mean, there's no way I'm going to be able to win this mission until they attack me, because I'm stuck in a kind of a glitched vassalhood, and I need to force the game to undo that glitch by basically sending in troops at them to force them to fall. So what I'll do is I'll send 2 lots of troops plus Sun Tzu this time, and hopefully that'll be enough to get them out of this glitch state. So we'll summon Sun Tzu, but a bunch of weapons all of a sudden, so that'll be useful for later. We might as well just sell weapons since we've got a bit of a supply at the moment, and it'll boost our money a bit further. We don't really need to, but no issues really, and it's just the same income that we're getting at the moment. So I am going to go ahead and send more troops in the Liao Empire, get them angry again, try and get them to just invade the hell out of me, and hopefully we'll be able to get out this glitched vassalhood and I can start getting towards these stupid mission goals, because at this rate nothing's happening. Okay, so I finally got a message to say that the Liao Empire is now hostile, so maybe the message needs to come up for the game to realise that it's actually hostile. That person is hostile to me, so maybe that's something to do with the reason why I can't win this mission at the moment. So I did send some troops. I sent about 3 squadrons plus Sun Tzu. Hopefully we get invaded now or soon, because I really can't see how the hell I'm supposed to continue this particular let's play until I get the troops back. Right, so we lost a lot of troops. Hang on, let's just move those troops over there. How many troops did we lose? That's what I would like to know. Come here, for God's sake. Right, how many did we lost? Oh, come on. Where the hell are you? Well, I got some troops that just don't want to seem to register my commands. Okay, fine. So we basically lost 12 troops from every one of the forts that I sent. That's not too good, but hopefully we get an invasion now. I just want to kind of come in with that little bit of a statement. We've got plenty of weapons. I mean, I could just stop selling weapons temporarily and get them into the city again, which is easy enough. So I'll get the weapons out of there, put them into the system. Oh, we've got far too much wood in this city now. We're not really we're stockpiling too much of it at this point, so let's just set this to accept and then put them into the forts to restabilize them. And I'll come back in again once the invasions finally appeared, because I know it's got to come now that we've got the actual notice. That's like the game kind of saying, hey, we've just realised that he's hostile, so let's go and send the notice. So yeah, I'll come back in once the invasion's here. Finally, we've got the notice that they are attacking us. It's only taken 2 failed conquer attempts to get to that point, but at least we've got the notice that we're going to be invaded. That's what I was waiting for the game to do. I needed that invasion to sort of jumpstart the game into realizing, hey, he's actually got to be attacked here. So if you're having this, I mean, this bug can basically happen on every mission in Emperor. I don't know why, but it's like the game doesn't register that once you've defeated an army, or if you've failed to, then you have to reload, and it doesn't seem to register when that happens. So it's like some engine bugs which are never going to get solved, obviously. But there are quite a few game engine bugs that just never got fixed. So I'll come back in when we're about to be invaded, finally, and then we'll be able to get on to conquering Jinyang and Lin'an, but Lin'an first. Okay, so the Liao Empire's just about to invade in 2 months. I'm just moving all my troops. They came from the north. That's kind of obvious, so because that's where they should be coming from. So I'm just moving all of my troops into position, like all of them, because I'll need them all to defeat the enemy. They'll still make I've never actually mentioned this, but even if your troops are away from the fort, they'll still get deliveries of their main bases will still get deliveries of weapons or wood or whatever. And any soldiers that are made should just walk all the way out to where they have to be, so you know, it doesn't really matter. So 2 months and we will be attacked and we will defeat them without any problems at all. Now I really hope that they invade from the same point again, because otherwise I'd be a bit pissed if they don't. So just move all our troops into position. I'm running out of this area. I stopped getting that glitch where this deregistered the fact that this was actually connected. It kept thinking that this was disconnected for some reason. So what I did is I destroyed all of this, even the market square, and replaced the whole road, and then that, and it seemed to sort it. So I've only ever encountered that bug in this mission, so I'm not really sure what it's about, but never mind. The invaders of the Khitan are about to be here, and we will defeat them most easily in battle, and then we'll be able to send a spy against them, knock down all their shields, and then start conquering Lin'an and Jinyang. It's actually funny how Lin'an and Jinyang are supposed to be the main enemies, and like they have absolutely no military strength at all. Lin'an doesn't have any strength at all, but I suppose that's based on the campaign. Finally, can bribe them 42,700 cash and put ourselves in debt, right? So let's get in there. Let's just send all our troops in. Oops, we lost a shop in the market square there for some reason. Just put them all in. Come on, get in there. They've destroyed another shop. Partly. Well, they'll get in there and have a big firefight about it. Just get rid of those. What a glitch. That's actually quite nice. I'll have to get rid of this market square then completely again. And replace it. Now come on, fight! Fight to the death! Come on, you can do it. Right, if you... I'll put the market square back in a second. I just need to get rid of all these enemies. There we go. Defeated. No longer in vassalhood. Finally. I'll just send all my troops back. We're going to lose quite a few troops, but it's okay. It's giving them experience. Oh, we've got some that are wavering. Yeah, the problem with catapult troops is that you will find that they will pretty much decimate your own forces. It takes a while for them to clear up, but it's okay. So, yeah, that's us. No more up there, no. So I'll just go ahead and put this part of the market square back. 2 food shops, hemp, and ceramics. Yeah, the catapult targets seem to be random. I don't know what causes them to attack particular targets. But we've finally got out of vassalhood. Finally! And yes, I'll have to send them... Let's just send them a gift of silk. That'll get them out of bitter state. And yeah, we will be able to go and send spies against him. I know we can't send spies. apparently I can't send spies against vassals. Okay, fine. Whether we're a vassal or they're the vassal to us, it doesn't matter. Right, so it won't take me too long to rebuild my military strength here, so I'll go ahead and just rebuild, recoup some of the military losses that I incurred on some forts, which shouldn't take too long, and I'll come back in when we're ready to conquer Lin'an. Okay, it's taken quite a while to get the forces back to what they were before that invasion, but we have pretty much stabilised the troops here. I had to stop selling steel, put down another steel maker, and I also put down another weaponsmith to try and boost weapons production because we weren't really making that much. So I'll just have to wait for Sun Tzu to come in. I've sent him hemp and lacquerware, which has got him to exalted, so he should be popping up here soon. I put in a Daoist temple. Well, you saw me doing that anyway. I put this Daoist temple to try and just get rid of some of the employment shortages that I was having. No, we're not doing that. The Daoism coverage is fair simply because this blog doesn't have access to Daoism, which is okay because I don't want to provide Daoist access. The Daoist access was really just to try and get rid of some of the workers and fill up this space. So it's okay. Unemployed 36, that's 2%. That's not too bad considering we've also got perfect harmony. I actually was not expecting perfect harmony in this map at all. I wasn't even trying, and I don't even think I'll bother with a fort in there, there's no point. Now come on, fast forward. I really want Sun Tzu to pop up right now. Perfect. Let's take a save and conquer Lin'an, which will take hardly any time at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Send Sun Tzu, and we'll ask them for just cash. We'll just set it to mild. They will have no trouble being conquered because they've got one shield. They're just waiting to be conquered, really. It did say that in the brief, didn't it? Yeah, Wu Yue assisted Taozu in his previous campaigns against the Southern Tang, leaving them weak in right, so that's why. Okay, not too difficult then. Now, they are a land trade route in this mission, but from this point, after this mission, they're a water trade route, and they're the most important water trade route in the game, really. And I've said that before, but I mean, I have to impress that point upon you. They're pretty important for your money making. They're the only ones that buy the most expensive goods, lacquerware and carved jade. You'll only find Guangzhou and Lin'an want carved jade from this point on, and only Lin'an wants lacquerware, so those two trade routes are literally your keys to winning with massive amounts of profit, so just be aware of that. None of the other cities will buy anything of excessive value. I mean, you can sell weapons to Kai Feng, but that's not the best export. I mean, it's a good export at the beginning, but not too great. Carved jade and lacquerware is your only big exports, and I think silk is an export as well as some missions, but not as good as lacquerware and carved jade to your main traders. So we've got 3 forts here that are keeping us safe from invasion. I might just put down another fort just to...
Ow!
You're okay.
You know,
try it again. Concentrate.
Can I get a fort in there? No, it's bad harmony. Presumably because of no trees, that's probably why. What is the feng shui requirement of a fort anyway? I checked this out before. It's fire, so it requires trees basically, that's why. I think it requires both trees and rock, not just trees on its own. Because that's why that works there. I'm not sure why that one's working. Maybe it's the water counts to it as well, I don't know. The feng shui stuff is the complicated part of this game, so don't really get yourself worked up about it. Now if I were to move that along one tile, I probably would have got a fort in there, but it doesn't matter. So let's just speed this up just to kind of get through this quickly. We've not got spy problems in this city, so we're okay. I'm importing most of the food that's stabilising the city. Rice and salt, cabbage and wheat. That's all my meal consists of, and a little bit of homegrown food. I've highly recommended this particular mission just to import all the food you need because it's cheaper and it just gets you started quicker than putting down things like farmhouses and hunting tents. I prefer imported food in this one. And Lin'an is just about to get captured now, I think. We'll soon see the message that Lin'an has been conquered. And also, I should point out, at this point, you should always have heavenly compounds. And just a minimum of 4 heavenly compounds will be enough to fulfill all military desires in this campaign. I always try to plan out an area for some in every mission of this campaign. If not heavenly compounds, at least humble compounds or lavish Saharans. There's one mission where I plan out for at least lavish Saharans, but not anything higher than that. But I won't tell you anything about that because it's not until near the end of the game. I'll come on and conquer. Be conquered, that is. And our unemployment's quite low, so it's quite good. Keeps the city happy. Making a lot of money, but... well, we're making a lot of money, but we're not really making that much now. We've got plenty of weapons and steel to get rid of, so let's sell it. There we go. Lin'an has been conquered. And for obvious reasons, I am going to sell, give them a bunch of lacquerware. They buy 24 carved jade, 36 lacquerware, 24 weapons. That amounts to, I think it must be 74 units you can send to the, you can sell them. That is insane. And what's more is that the trading stations and trading keys can't even hold that much. So they are profitable as fuck. So we're going to put down a Lin'an trading post now and start making tons and tons of money from selling lacquerware since we've got a big amount of it stockpiling. Now we've already met the goal. Now I'm going to show you how to conquer Jinyang simply because of the fact that we're not supposed to be a vassal to the Liao Empire. So ignore the fact that they are a vassal at this point. So I'm going to send the spy to sabotage the military of Jinyang, and once its shield's been knocked off, I'll go and send troops. I'm going to sell off a bunch of weapons because we'll get a big stockpile of weapons soon anyway. You could reliably connect this area up to this to sell off even more carved jade if you wanted, but I'm not going to do that. So we're going to sell off lots of lacquerware, and which there's a person for Lin'an who's going to come in and buy tons and tons of lacquerware. Should do anyway. There goes that spy. Yeah, there's a strange glitch near bridges which causes them to just disappear off of the map for some reason, but they come back anyway. I think it's just to do with the right tile, I don't know. Right, there go, sell more lacquerware. We've only sold 16 at this point, we need to sell 36 in a year. It's crazy the amount of stuff that you can sell to Lin'an in this campaign. It's absolutely crazy. Now, where the hell is that spy? Oh, it's just about to go off the map now, that's why. There it goes, okay. And so I'll go ahead and conquer Jinyang, and I'll come back when I've just sent off the troops to go and conquer them, because I have to wait for my troops to come back anyway. Okay, so the spy has sabotaged the military industry of Jinyang, and I'm going to just go ahead and send all those troops again off because I lost no one because of the fact that they had no military strength. So I'm not even going to bother with the tribute type, it doesn't really matter. So we'll go and send those troops off again. We have made tons of money from selling all this lacquerware to Lin'an. I've actually emptied my 2 warehouses because I've sold so much. So we'll sell off even more to Lin'an, and they're just about to come in and buy some more, which will send our finances skyrocketing. We made in exports 15,600 strings of cash, and that is just how profitable the Lin'an trade route was. We were making about, what, 6,000 or something cash from just carved jade and things like that, and it's skyrocketed just thanks to selling Lin'an lacquerware. It's such a profitable trade route, I have to admit. So basically all the troops that I just sent out to Lin'an, they're now off to go and conquer Jinyang, which shouldn't take much time at all because it's hardly that far north anyway, so we'll just speed this up. And we'll have 3 cities, it doesn't really matter, but I want to just kind of make this more like it should be. I think this part will be really long though, so sorry about that folks. We'll just put down 2 of these, road connect. And we are going to put down this to accept stone. But I'm going to turn off the stone industry just temporarily. Don't need it right now. I just want to have it there so I can just make it straight away, because it only takes a couple of months, or I think it takes about 3-4 months for a stoneworks to dig out the required stone, and then it takes the remainder of the year to produce the stuff we need, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll just speed this up a bit just to save time. And there we go, Jinyang has been conquered. Again, we've got 2 Anglos apparently. And I might actually, oh no I can't, I could try to ally with them, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just send Jinyang some rice. That's the only thing that will get them out of bitter state, so just be aware of that. So I've got 3 cities conquered, but if you're playing this properly you wouldn't have the Liao Empire as a vassal at all. So now that Jinyang has been conquered, I'm going to go ahead and turn the stone industry on, and I will come back once we have met the stone goal, because it won't take very much time at all to meet that one. Okay, so I was looking at the Liao Empire to find out why I wasn't getting tribute from them, because I got tribute from Jinyang and Lin'an. I just noticed that we can change the tribute type after we have conquered them. And that is actually quite a useful feature. I never even discovered this. So if you go to the said diplomatic request and then click change tribute type, you can change what it is easily. So if you're wanting a particular good from a city, say jade, I don't know, you can set it to go and give them, tell them to give you jade, and then you can change it around to whatever you want out of the city, and obviously get it to send you stuff that they actually produce, not random things. Otherwise it's going to look a bit silly if they're sending you jade and they don't actually make it. But I didn't realise that before. I was just trying to work out why I wasn't getting tribute and then noticed that option, so I'll send a diplomatic request to open trade with them. We were only able to produce 10 blocks of stone from that, but it's okay because I'm going to sell off stone to Kaifeng as an additional export, and I'll meet this goal without any trouble when we come back at the end of this year. We've already apparently gone past the millennium, which creates a continuity error because the next mission is the millennium. Never mind. So the change of year is meant to come around, and I'm almost certainly confident that we've met this goal now. So that is us finally done with Pingyao. I know it's a long mission, and a lot of it is determined by how you start it, essentially. I mean, in my first playthroughs, I was always getting invaded by the Liao Empire, and that's what ended up happening. But I know that, because I recently played this before I did the recordings, if you get some troops into a fort within a year or two, you won't be invaded by the Liao Empire. You'll just get some later invasions that are scripted from Jinyang and Lin'an, which is okay because you can deal with them without too much difficulty. But yeah, so as I say, how you start the mission is basically how it's going to unfold. So obviously if you end up getting the Liao Empire as a vassal, then as a vassal to the Liao Empire, then that's just bad luck. But you can get out of it. It just takes a lot of time, and obviously a lot of constant troop negotiations to try and get them to invade you if they glitch out, which seems to happen. Anyway, done.
Most impressive. You have returned Lin'an and Jinyang to the fold, and you were able to keep the Khitan threat at bay. The Emperor's trust in you was well placed. After your success, Emperor Taizong led a mission to retake the lands north of the Yellow River. Unfortunately, the Emperor was almost captured and had to flee south, abandoning his army to a grievous defeat. The Khitan still hold all the lands north of the river, and we fear they will soon be returning, with Kaifeng itself as their target.
Well, that's not too good, is it? So, fast watching Pingyao. I know it's been a really long set of videos, and a lot of it was just me sitting around doing almost nothing. Never mind. In the next video, we are going to head to Chengdu in the Millennium and discover some new features, and I'll tell you a bit more about that mission in the next video. Bye now.